Good afternoon, everybody. Noodle Thumb here. Today I've got for you this M&C Condor. This is a dimple slider lock. Purple belt. I am not particularly good at dimples or sliders yet, so you get to see me struggle a bit here, which is always a good thing. For the tensioner, I'm using a multi-pick. I think this is 1.5 millimeter. And then to pick the dimple part of it, using the multi-pick number 6 flag. For the sliders, you'll see me switch to the smaller number 11. And that's just because for the slider part, the flag has to be able to go vertical inside the keyway. And this number 6 is just a little too big for that. I don't know whether I'm oversetting or undersetting pin 2 here, but it seems like what it needs is 1 or sometimes 2 clicks on pin 2. Then I slide under pin 3, which only needs the flag's width of lifting. It's a very low lift pin. Then I come back, get a couple clicks on 1, and I think I need another click on 2 before it's fully set. That feels fully set now. And 1 is fully set. And now it's 4 and 5, which 4 is like a sky-high lift right behind the low lift pin 3, which theoretically shouldn't matter with a flag because you're coming at it sideways, but it turns out it does in this case because I have to lift with the flag as well as rotate, and sometimes I catch the front edge or the back edge of pin 3 with the shaft of the flag and drop everything else, which I don't want to do. So right now I'm trying to make sure that 5 is fully set. But I actually dropped 1 again while I was trying to do that. Okay, so 5 I think is set. 4 I think is set. And there we go. So that's the dimple part of it done. Now, as I said, I'll switch to the multi-pick number 11 flag to set the sliders. And these have kind of a weird feel to them as well. It's hard for me to feel even when I've got a slider with my flag. The 4th and 5th sliders, the farthest back ones, I struggle to move. bad. Sometimes I can't even feel when I've grabbed them. Okay. 2 is good. 3, I'm having trouble getting behind. Oh. That felt weird. I don't know if that was a good feeling that was weird or a bad feeling that was weird. I suspect it was a bad one. The sliders are binding though, so it wasn't the worst. Okay, there we go. So there's the open. I don't know if I showed key operation, but if I didn't, there we go. You can see that third crater there. We got a bunch of real high lifts and then that third real low lift. All right. Let's move all this stuff out of the way. For the gutting. There we go. All right. There are, let's see, a couple passive pins in here that I almost always drop, but I'm going to try not to this time, partly mentioning them to remind myself not to drop them. Let's see. So I think that's all the way to the front. Yep. And I believe they're on the back side of the core. They're on the side of the key. So let's see if I can not. Drop them or the sidebar. Okay. So set the body there. What first? Sliders are fine. Let's do this. Turn the core. So there are the passive pins. And they can only go in one way. So I feel okay about dropping them now. Okay. So there they are. I'm going to put them in slot 7. the sidebar. Yeah. So gotta roll the key over. I'm doing this just about in the most awkward way possible. But you know what? That's kind of my style these days. So there's the sidebar. Nothing very special there. There's the springs. You can see they're clearly in place. See if I can nab those out without shooting them off someplace. That would be very much like me, but I don't want to be that particular version of myself right now. So there's one spring and two springs. There it is. All right. Now, sliders or key pins. Let's do key pins next. Okay. Brought back. What's that?
I'm gonna switch my shoes.
Okay.
Love ya.
Have fun. Love you too. Okay. That was my daughter. She was out walking the dog with her cousins. They decided to get a Valentine for my love. Her stepmom. The cousin's step aunt, I guess. So they're headed to the grocery store. So there's key pin 1. Two. Doesn't really want to come. There we go. 2. 3. I'm going to scooch that up a little bit more. I do not know. Oop. What was up with 4? It was acting weird. Okay, and 5. Oh, launched it. Put that back in the right place. Now sliders. You know what? These I'm going to put in this. .44 Delta 3D printed mini pinning tray. I love these things. Hold on. My daughter left the front door open. I will return in a few seconds. I have returned. All right. What were we doing? Sliders. This first slider spring, it kind of gets caught. Actually, maybe it's all of them. But it doesn't want to let the slider leave the core. There we go. So there's 2, 1. Come on. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's try and dump them a little more. Okay, 3, 4, and 5. And their springs. Okay. To go fish them out. How did I get these out before? I think I used a tiny little flag that I filed down. Let's see. That one. All right. I don't know what that is, but okay. Okay. All right, there's 1. 2. Shot over into the 1 slot. 3. I misplaced in the 4 slot. I'm just teasing these very gently because when I gutted this once before, I shot one like that and had to resort to the broom to find it. I don't want that. Don't want that problem again. There we go. 5 is on its way out. Okay. So there's sliders and springs. I'll set that right there. As we got the Bible. Okay. For 1. 2. That should be that way. These have cups for the spring. 3. And the other 2 I'll cut from the back. 5. You know what? I'm going to tell on myself. Technically, these are reversed from where they should be. The front set is supposed to be the anti-drill. Picking wise, it doesn't make a difference, but they should be balanced pin stacks. For the health of the springs, I'll put that back the way it should be. Alright. Nothing fancy in the core. You can see the sidebar groove. It looks like there's a ridge in the middle of it, but it's actually the I forget what they call it, anti-snap ring. So if you tension the front of it and try to break it off, the front section will pop off and it'll still leave some security pins in there. So that's what there is to see on the inside of the lock. Or in the lock body. Here's the slider chambers. There's the active pin chambers there. There's no counter milling or anything on this. There's the passive pin chambers, again, nothing special. They just, if you don't have the right cutouts on the key, it won't open. And sidebar groove. There you have it. M&C Condor. Actually, I guess I should show a close-up of the pins. So there's pins. And there's the sliders. Orient that properly. There we go. And there you have it. Y'all have a good one.